Men. Men and women, two genders, the only two genders. I'm not going to argue about that, so don't try in the comments. I won't respond. Constantly at each other's heels, just everybody has gripes with one another, and I'm honestly just here to talk about it. I'm only 18. I turned 19 in 2 months, in October. It's August now. Hooray. Yeah, thank you. But, yeah. But even though I have so little life experience, I've, like everybody else, have dealt with men and women, and I'm just here to talk about it. So let's just get right into it. So let's start with men first. Men, I honestly think, are rather complex creatures. Even more complex than women. I know that's a hot take, but just hear me out. Look, men are taught to not wear their hearts on their sleeves. And yes, that can be, wearing your heart on your sleeve can be a potentially bad thing. But the thing is that they're taught to never be vulnerable, or to, not always be strong, never allowing the slightest possibility to just break down after so much suffering. Men are really taught to take a lot of shit. Let's just be honest. And society indirectly programs them to just honestly, like, not improve emotionally. You've got to have some sort of outlet, and it's just, if you look at the suicide rate for men, it's actually 4 times that of women in the US. I wonder why that is. Because they have all of that internalized shit in them, and one day they just finally snap. Men have to deal with all of these false rape, sexual harassment allegations that women put on them, because women know that people believe that they are weaker and they think that they can't do any wrong. And that is BS. Everybody knows that. But apparently there's so many people who believe that. Maybe they just don't want to look like victim blamers. I don't know. But women know that they don't want to look like that. And that's why they pull that crap in the first place. Now that I'm done sharing my sympathies with men, I've got to get to my gripes. Men, honestly, a lot of them just come in, they take, and they leave. Okay? Everybody does know that. When it comes to relationships with women, that is not an uncommon occurrence. And, you can call a woman a slut or a thought for sleeping around. But, men, nobody really ever shames them. Or at least in the same way that they do women. And can you really argue with me on that? It's men, like seriously. And another thing, when it comes to gay men, it's just like you see down low men who cheat on their wives or their husbands or their boyfriends and girlfriends for that matter, and they try to humanize it into something akin to exploring their limits or whatever, or being curious. And I'm like, what the fuck? What is that? Why would you? What? You're cheating. That's cheating. That is ridiculous. I know gay people in general have went through a lot, but some of them can just be the worst type of men. It's just terrible. And then you see this mass for mass on their profiles, and it's just ridiculous. Mass for mass. I'm not talking about a face mask. I'm talking about masculine for masculine. All of this, and you just see that all throughout. And like half of them have internalized homophobia, and that explains their utter scorn for other gay men or gay people. Key newsflash: if you want to know, or if you want a good indication that a man's gay, look at how he reacts when you ask him. it is almost always the ones that are the saltiest towards the possibility of being gay. Always. Anyway, back to it. And then you have men who just, well, a lot of men just discard women who reach their expiration date of 40. I was watching a video on a man who prescribed to his father's belief to never hang on to a bitch for more than 10 years. What? So you're just basically renting a woman out, and she is, and she knows that it won't last forever. Basically, renting your entire relationship moot. You know, it's just, man, oh, God. You can see a man get a hot piece at 50, but you can't see a woman doing that. That's for sure. And men know this, and they take advantage of it. But hey, it's okay. You're free to do whatever you want. But you know, I don't expect to find something fulfilling in life if you constantly try that. But anyway, let's get on to women. Women. So, yeah, you have a lot of disadvantages when it comes to the body department. I know. You know, you hold the babies. All the man has to do is inject his key into you, and then you're stuck with that thing for 9 months. Sorry, but I'm very blunt. You're stuck with the child for 9 months. All the while, your metabolism decreases. You have to deal with all of those pains, and not to mention aging, which is something that a lot of you fear, being thrown away after the age of 40. Dealing with all those wrinkles and saggy boobs, everything. I get it. I get it. I really do get your fear of becoming invisible to society. Or to other men. Or to other women. But women, you have some pretty fucked up things under the rug. You talk about how you want independence and sovereignty, but yet you do things like, oh, I don't know, constantly wanting the man to foot the bill at whatever outing you go on. Okay, do you not realize that it's just a slap in the face to your independence, having to rely on a man to pay for your meal or whatnot? That's just ridiculous. But yet you say those are the rules of society, or that's how a man should treat a woman when you yourself are trying to break out of the rules of society. That's just ridiculous. Equal rights means equal consequences, okay? So when you do something like slap a man or whatever, you better damn well expect that he will hit you back. That's what equality really is. And if you don't believe that, then that's just how can you not? It just makes no sense. You still basically want special treatment. And even that special treatment is founded on the belief that you yourselves are weaker than men physically. And yes, that is true. That is a biological fact, okay? Don't try and argue. Men, in general, are physically superior to women because of testosterone and things like that. Everybody knows that, okay? You can't argue with that. But you know, you believing that a woman can't hit a man, or that women can't rape or sexually harass men, you're just subscribing to that belief that you are weaker, and so therefore you can do no wrong. You're basically shutting yourself down, ladies. I don't know what else to say. And then you have all of this Me Too crap. How you spread all of these false allegations onto these men, ruining their lives, getting them incarcerated for years until they find out, oh wait, this didn't really happen. This man has to be released, and now they can't possibly get that time back. Hell yes, you should go to jail for intentionally falsely convicting a man for raping you. Yes, you should. Absolutely. You deserve it. Okay? And yes, there are many, 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 many more single mothers out there who do a great job with their kids. Fathers, okay, going back to men, fathers, we need to step up our game. But I do appreciate all of those single fathers out there who are raising children and teaching them how to be better people or how to be a person, as a matter of fact. And these women who say that Father's Day doesn't matter because it's mostly mothers who take care of kids. Oh, just go. You got your goddamn day. Seriously, you got your goddamn day. Let's celebrate, even if there are fewer fathers who take care of the kids. Let's celebrate them too, because they deserve it. I got that comment from a lady who I used to work with at my first job at Kroger when I was like 17. Well, I started there when I was 16, but I think she told me this after I turned 17. She told me that Father's Day doesn't matter compared to Mother's Day because mothers are the ones who carry the damn babies. And I'm just, what? No! Carrying a baby does not make you a mother. You can carry the thing for 9 months, but then after that, you can ship it off, give it up for adoption, ship it off anywhere else, put it on your parents, whatever. There are some irresponsible moms out there. But irresponsible dads get a whole lot more crap, and that's just dumb, it's bonkers, whatever. And unpopular opinion, but if a man gets a woman pregnant, he should have a say with what happens to the baby too. I don't fully subscribe to my body, to the idea of my body, my choice, because the child is the man's too. If you have unprotected sex knowingly and you conceive a baby, right? You should know that means that you get pregnant and that you will have to give birth. If you did not want to go through the pain in the first place, why would you even have unprotected sex? That just makes no sense. But then you have conflicts between the man wanting the baby and the woman wanting the baby. Or the woman not wanting the baby, or even vice versa. And that's just men and women, especially the young ones. Why? When you know that has a big risk of happening if you don't use protection. That makes no sense. But towards those men who do want their kids, who do want the child, and the women who don't, I don't see why people say that men can't have a say if it's their child and it was conceived consensually. That's ridiculous. I think the man absolutely should. If the woman doesn't want the baby and the man does, he should be able to take it and raise it. After the whole birthing ordeal. But I guess moments of pain is just too much for a woman to deal with, and so she has every right to abort it, even if the father who consensually conceived it with the mother wants it. I just don't understand that. I just don't. There's just a lot of things. A lot of men take and they leave to fuel their egos, and a lot of women, they have to be much more devious, but they take as well. Or they leech, rather. It's just, you guys are never going to come to an understanding if you don't listen to the other's grievances. That's what it is, hurt people. I'm just going to say. You can't teach your son how to be a man and teach your daughter how to be a woman if you don't cultivate a house, a loving family who raises their kids to be good people, not just a good man or a good woman, good people. You have to think of yourself as a person. You can't give something. Think of yourself as a cup. You can't give any water to somebody else if you don't fill the cup for yourself first. You have to be happy with yourself first and cultivate your self-esteem first. That it's just like what RuPaul's Drag Race says. If you can't love yourself, how the hell can you love somebody else? That's true. That's true. You can't. Be it a friend, someone you love romantically, a family member, all of that. And I think that's the core problem with straight men, straight women, gay women, everyone on this planet. They don't love themselves. It's all BS. Even the ones with the stunning, with with the tight asses and the stunning muscle-bound bodies, they don't. To get on social media and rely on frequent, what do you call it, dopamine highs with all of those likes just to feel good about yourself. You don't love yourself. Please do something. Do some soul searching. Do whatever. God, it's just my message. Just love yourself. It's easier said than done, but I'm not gonna go into it. This video is long enough. My name's Brandon Lovett. I'm gonna be starting on my channel for real. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, subscribe, hit the like button if you wish. I don't require that, but you know, it really does help. So yeah, thank you for listening to me rant, basically. I just felt like it needed to be heard. I don't care if you want to listen or not, but if you do, I really do appreciate it. Bye. Thanks.